So as I was saying, this presentation is gonna help you learn about a bit about how Jaltest can help you in those cases that you don't have the truck at the shop. Either there's a road assistance or somebody's gonna bring you the truck and you want to prepare ahead of time. Okay. As you can see on the screen, this is the main page on the Jaltest software. So you see here we have all the 4 different connections, our menus on top. And then on the bottom, we have the selection of manually selecting what kind of vehicle we want to work on, okay? Heavy duty, light and medium duty, trailers and buses, as well as off-highway and agricultural, okay? The last menu here is the one I'm gonna focus on today, okay? This is the manufacturer's menu. Whenever you want to connect to a specific system, you will be able to use this option. And if you want to perform any kind of, let's not say remote diagnostics, but basically a manual diagnostics, you will be able to enter the codes here, okay? Let's say that you have one of your customers is giving you a call, is telling you, hey, my truck is stopped in the middle of the highway. I have a code on the dashboard. I have no idea what's going on. And I don't know how to do, what to do or how to proceed, okay? Now, what you can ask basically is what kind of engine or what kind of system he has that's giving him the trouble. Let's say he has an engine light on, so it's gonna be the engine. So we will need make and model, okay? Let's say for our presentation that you want to connect to a Cummins ISX. Just go to Cummins, select the specific model, in this case ISX. And then you will see on top here, on the top right corner, a little hand icon, okay? That means manual diagnosis. If you click on it, you will check, you will see that you can enter the fault code. So if the client or the customer or your driver has the fault code on the dashboard, if you just type it in, okay, give me 1 second. Let me check the fault code. Give me 1 moment. Oh, here we go. I was typing one of the codes was wrong. Okay, let's say you got the 2954 code on the dashboard. Okay, now you will see that we offer the possibility of selecting later the specific model of the engine. Okay, we know it's an ISX, but there are 3 different engines, and in most cases you will see that the fault code is the exact same thing. You see here.
That phone sometimes doesn't pick up.
Oh, give me 1 second. Let me make sure everybody has the microphone off. If not, we can. Okay, perfect. You see here, if we type in the fault code here, in this case is the 2954, we'll see that it offers us the 3 different engines we can connect to, okay? In this case, we have the 2250, 2350, and CM871. For these 2, you will see that it's the exact same thing. For this one, it's a bit different. You see here, the description is not the exact same thing, and we'll see how it differs, okay? But let's say we want to connect to the 2250. We have, as whenever you connect to the specific truck on site, you will see you have here at least 2 options. Normally, you will get, if you connect on site, you will see that you have the live data, okay, the freeze frame data, that we can check exactly what's going on at the moment of the fault code. But since we are technically not connected to the truck yet, we only have two options. We have the component. Each component is related to that fault code, so we will know exactly what's causing this fault code. In this case, is the differential pressure sensor. Again, we'll have all the information for that component as if we were connected to a truck, so we will know exactly what sensor it is, what it does, how it looks like, where it's located, as well as the pinout, and all the extra information that you might need to know what's wrong with it, okay? In this case, since we are talking about the pressure sensor, it could be that the sensor relative pressure or the nominal value of the pressure are out of range, and that's what's causing the fault code, okay? It could also be a connection issue, maybe a wiring issue. That's why we also provide you with the wiring diagrams. That will be will assist you or help you determine if there's any problem with the different connections, okay? You will see how the specific component, in this case the DPF sensor, it's connected to the ECM on the engine, and which pins are in charge of the connection. And then if you go into the truck, you will know exactly what to look for, where to look for it. You see here that the pin 58 on the ECU and the P55 are connected to the pins 2 and 3 on the DPF sensor. So it will provide you a lot of extra information ahead of time, before even going into or connecting to a truck, okay? And that's the first step. We know what's wrong with it. We know which component it is, and now we can check even before connecting to the truck. We'll be able to check exactly how to fix that fault code, okay? In some cases, it's gonna be very simple. It's something that you can even instruct the driver to check for. In some cases, it might require for you to move to the truck and then perform certain actions, okay? In this case, we have, for example, for this specific fault code, check if there are any other fault codes. Since we are not connected to a truck, it might be difficult. But again, we can check the differential pressure sensor, so we get the same information as before. We can check with the diagnostics tool, we can display measurements, okay? And an important thing here as well is that we have the component replacement guide. So if we know we have to change the component, okay, we will not allow annotations, okay? If you want to comment something on the chat, you will, okay? But again, you will see the component replacement guides, okay? So again, you know what's wrong with it. If you have to change the component, we will tell you a step-by-step guide on how to replace that component, so you will know exactly what you need to take with you to the truck if there's any need to replace that component, okay? You see here that first of all, we will need to connect the diagnostics tool. We can display the measurements. We have to disconnect the batteries, verify the component location, provide you all this information within the software. And again, disconnect the wiring harness, disconnect the component tube, remove the component carefully. So again, all this step-by-step guide, you will find it here, okay? Now, once we have, let's say, replaced the component, we might need to perform some other actions. Okay, for example, if we need to perform a maintenance on the diesel particulate filter, we have here the maintenance option. Or if we need to perform the regen, we will also be able to do that. Of course, these two things, as well as the replacement, we'll need to do on site, but at least you know beforehand exactly what you need to do so you can inform the client, okay? Let's say you want to perform the regen. It's going to ask us, first of all, to connect to the truck. So you'll see what different connections we can choose from. We are using the green cable. So basically, just by clicking on connect, you don't have to connect again to the truck. You don't have to go anywhere else to look for it. In here, you will be able to, once we are on site, we are with the truck, just by plugging into the tool, by plugging into the vehicle, and clicking on maintenance option, we will be able to reset the particular filter, okay? As with all our procedures, first thing we'll tell you is what we are about to do. So in this case, the maintenance resets the ECM in order to allow the performing the regen after having replaced or repaired. So if we've changed something, we have to do this. We'll have the engine speed, so it has to be stopped basically. And just by clicking on reset, you will be able to just reset the values, and then automatically our software, although there's a fifth step, you saw that it's basically to do the regen, our software automatically will tell you that it's recommended to do the region. As you see here, it's advisable to perform the region after you've done this. So just click on continue and the procedure will start again. Basically, if we follow the steps, it will save you a lot of time, it will save you a lot of energy, and it will save you a lot of trouble. Just knowing ahead of time what you have to do before going into a track. See, okay, I have to do the region, so I have to go back, check something, then go back here. If you know exactly what you have to do, you know exactly what you have to take, at least a couple of trips. I know you very frustrating when you are on the truck and, oh, I missed something. I have to go back to the shop, get that, go back here. So it's a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of frustration that you can save. So just click on continue once it's done. And we go back to the diagnosis, okay? If you want to check some information, you'll be able to check as well exactly how it's worked. Temperatures, values, all that. Again, this is going to be the exact same thing as if you, as when you are connected to the truck, okay? Once we go back here, we go to the same step we were before, okay? Imagine that you want to replace something else. You want to, in this case, replace the filter itself. In this case, we can show you the specific step-by-step guide on how to replace the filter, okay? So again, we try to make it as simple as possible for you guys, not just to know what to do once the truck has gotten into the shop, but what to do whenever you receive a call and there's something that you don't know. You can always go to Jaltest and check that, okay? Again, this is the process. Just click on continue. Again, it's a three-step process. First of all, we tell you what we are about to do. Second step, we tell you the conditions that must be met to carry out the procedure. And third step is going to be just to click on reset, and we should be good to go. All done. If everything works, if everything's done correctly, by just clearing the fault codes, the fault code as well as the engine light should go off, and the truck should be able to just start and go out. Now, one last thing I haven't talked about before is the troubleshooting by symptoms. You see here on the left. Okay, imagine that there's black smoke coming out of the engine. So the truck stops, gives you a call. There's black smoke coming out of the engine, and I don't know what to do. If you click here, or let's say the engine has lost power. That's a really common one. I don't know why, but the engine basically is stopping, or it's not getting enough power. So just type in here what you want to look for. Okay, let's say black smoke. And we'll give you the troubleshooting by symptoms, okay? In this case, is whenever we don't have an active fault code, okay? We don't know, the ECM is not registering a fault code, but of course, there's something wrong because there shouldn't be black smoke coming out. We'll give you the generic step-by-step guides on how to fix that issue. In this case, it's more generic. So it's basically check if there are any fault codes, okay? Check if the air filter is and the corresponding pipes, there's nothing clogged. Check the turbo compressor, check the EGR heat exchanger, check the actuator for the exhaust gas regularization valve, the EGR basically. Check the compression. So again, it's going to be a step-by-step guide on how to do this. Again, some of these the driver might be able to do themselves. Some of these you will have to go on site. But again, if there's a tool that you need to check all these, you will know what to carry to the truck before getting there. So again, it will save a lot of time. Again, it's the exact same thing if we talk about power, loss of engine power, or power loss while accelerating. Okay. So in this case, we're going to tell you exactly what to do step by step on how to carry out these procedures, okay? And this is basically it. So basically, we are giving you all the tools necessary, not only to connect to the truck, which we can do, of course, but even before connecting to the truck, what to know ahead of time to make sure that you don't lose any time, you don't waste any money, helping your customers, helping your drivers, have the best or the trucks in the best condition possible. Okay. Now, one last thing I want to talk about is something we've been asked a lot: is how can I change my tool to Bluetooth? It's not related to road assistance, but it's something that a lot of you guys are interested about, is how to use the Bluetooth connection. It's pretty simple. Okay. We go here to the top. We click on Jaltest link, which is basically the hardware. And then we can select a specific connection, okay? Let's say I'm using the USB cable, okay? I want to change to Bluetooth. It's pretty simple. Just click on Bluetooth. You get this information message, okay? It's gonna tell you that since the communication protocols are gonna change, what we need to do is to reboot the Jaltest link. Okay, that means basically making sure there's no power going into the link for about 30 seconds. Okay, then plug it back in, and then click on the check mark, clicking on the check mark, and then going into the main menu on your computer, on your Windows laptop, clicking on Bluetooth, and basically just clicking adding Bluetooth. Okay. Now, since my unit was already connected to the computer, it's gonna be, my guess is not gonna be appear here. Basically, you would see here Jaltest link. Okay. So whenever you click on it, should ask you for a password. Okay, it's gonna ask you for a code to activate it. The code is always going to be 1234. Okay, it's very simple. Once you click on that, it should automatically connect, and you should be able to use the Jaltest tool with the Bluetooth. Okay, so it's very simple. But again, if you don't know what to look for, sometimes there's some issues, but it's simple as that. And that's basically it, sir. Okay. Also, we've added a lot of. We wanted to tell you that we've added a lot of vlogs on our website as well as our YouTube channel. So make sure to check them. Okay. They will help you a lot with some issues you might not know you had, or just wanted to know more about how to get the expert mode, how to connect to a specific track. How the one about the Bluetooth as well. So all of our, you can check our website here, our YouTube channel, as well as our website. You will find a lot of content that will help you get as much as possible from your Jaltest unit. Okay. So I'm not sure if you guys have any question or want to add something. Again, thank you so much for joining. Okay, if you guys have any question or want to, let's say, suggest some features, some future training sessions, or something special for the next versions, just let us know. Okay, we'll be okay. I'm seeing here. One of them, a person, Mike, cannot hear. Is everybody hearing me okay? If not, we can just repeat. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Jason just responded. Exactly. Either you can use the audio from your computer. You should check the software. There should be an option there, or just give us a call to the number on the email and join the session. We are going to send this training video as well as the rest to you guys, and we will also post them. So again, if you have any question, you can review the video, and if there's anything else, you can always write to us at training@jaltest.com. That's the address there. Any suggestion, any kind of comment, any question, or any kind of again, if you want to have a specific training session about something that you are having issues with, we'll study the possibility, and of course, if a lot of people want that, of course we'll do that. Okay, we're open to any kind of suggestions. So yeah, let us know, guys. And if there's nothing else, we'll leave it here. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining. Okay.